The ramp of the Higgins boat slammed down, cold gray water surged in, swirling around Private Tom Carter's boots. He gripped his rifle, heart pounding as chaos erupted all around. Explosions rocked the craft, machine guns chattered from the shore. This was France. This was D-Day. Tom glanced at his comrades, faces pale, some praying, others frozen in fear. The sergeant gave a grim nod. It was time. The beach ahead was a nightmare twisted metal, bunkers spitting fire, sand raked by bullets. There was no cover, only open ground, and the enemy. Tom thought of home, then forced himself forward. The ramp dropped. He plunged into the icy water, pack dragging him down. Men fell around him, some crying out, others vanishing beneath the waves. He stumbled, regained his footing, and pushed toward the sand. Each step was a battle of will. The beach was a killing ground, but there was no turning back. The boats behind disgorged more men, no retreat, only forward. Tom's world shrank to the next step, the next breath. He reached the sand, bullets snapping overhead. He dove behind a metal obstacle, gasping for air. Around him men crawled, ran, fell. The noise was deafening, explosions, shouts, the relentless rattle of gunfire. Tom forced himself up, sprinted for the next bit of cover. Every yard gained was a victory. He was just one among thousands, but together they pressed on. This was the start of the longest day. D-Day had begun. The cost would be high, but the mission was clear. Tom Carter, a small-town kid, was now part of something immense. The fate of the world was being decided on these sands. The first wave was ashore. The battle for Europe had begun. In 1944, Nazi Germany's shadow stretched across Europe. Millions suffered under brutal occupation. Freedom was a distant dream. The Nazis' hateful ideology led to the Holocaust and countless atrocities. Britain stood alone for a time, refusing to surrender. The war became global. Germany invaded the Soviet Union, Japan attacked the US. The Allies, Britain, America, the Soviet Union, united against the Axis. Stalin demanded a second front to relieve the Red Army. The Allies knew an invasion of Western Europe was essential, but the German Atlantic Wall bristled with guns, mines, and bunkers. Planning the largest amphibious assault in history was a monumental risk. The cost would be high, but the alternative, Nazi domination, was unthinkable. The decision was made. They would invade. The fate of the world hung in the balance. The Allies prepared to break through the Atlantic Wall. Liberation would come at a terrible price. The countdown to D-Day had begun. The invasion plan was codenamed Operation Overlord. Years of planning, secrecy, and deception went into it. Operation Fortitude used fake armies and false signals to mislead the Germans. Over 2 million Allied soldiers gathered in southern England. Americans, British, Canadians, and others trained relentlessly. Thousands of ships, aircraft, tanks, and supplies were assembled. Normandy was chosen for surprise and strategic value. General Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander, bore the weight of the decision. Bad weather delayed the invasion, tension mounting among the troops. Eisenhower made the call. Okay, let's go. The greatest armada in history prepared to cross the channel. The fate of millions rested on this gamble. Every detail mattered. Timing, tides, secrecy. The Allies were ready to strike. The world held its breath. Operation Overlord was underway. Before dawn, Allied paratroopers dropped behind enemy lines. Their mission: seize bridges, destroy guns, sow chaos. Scattered and outnumbered, they fought fiercely in the dark. As dawn broke, the largest fleet in history crossed the channel. Over 150,000 men, thousands of ships and aircraft filled the skies. The German defenders, caught off guard, stared in disbelief. Naval guns and bombers pounded the beaches. The Atlantic Wall held, but the Allies pressed on. Utah Beach saw unexpected success. British and Canadian forces fought through fierce resistance. Every yard was paid for in blood and courage. The beachheads were contested, the fighting brutal. The invasion was underway on 5 beaches. The battle for Normandy had begun. Omaha Beach became the symbol of D-Day's horror. The pre-landing bombardment failed. German defenders were ready. Landing craft were torn apart by artillery and machine guns. Soldiers drowned or were cut down before reaching the sand. The beach offered no cover, just a gauntlet of death. Chaos reigned. Units scattered, officers lost, plans shattered. For hours men were pinned down, the water's edge stained red. Some considered evacuation. Yet, amid the carnage, small groups found ways forward. Crawling, dashing, blasting through wire, they climbed the bluffs. Destroyers risked everything to support the assault. Grit and courage turned the tide. Omaha was won by determination and sacrifice. The cost was staggering, but the beach was secured. Bloody Omaha became a testament to human will. The Allies had breached Hitler's fortress. D-Day's cost was staggering. Over 10,000 Allied casualties, 4,400 dead. Omaha Beach alone saw thousands fall. Medics worked under fire. The sea brought more bodies ashore. Every number was a life, a family changed forever. Yet the soldiers pressed on, driven by duty and camaraderie. By nightfall, all 5 beachheads were secured. The Atlantic Wall was breached. The Allies were ashore to stay. The foothold was fragile, but it was a turning point. The battle for Normandy would rage for weeks. D-Day's success was built on bravery, planning, and unity. The door to Europe was open. The end of Nazi tyranny was now in sight. The world had changed in a single day. The price of freedom was paid in blood. D-Day was the turning point of World War II. The Western Front forced Hitler to fight on 2 sides. The Allies began the liberation of France, then Europe. Less than a year later, Germany surrendered. D-Day showed the power of unity and resolve. Ordinary people faced extraordinary danger for freedom and democracy. Their courage and sacrifice shaped our world. D-Day is a lesson in international cooperation, nations united to defeat tyranny. Today, we remember the heroes of D-Day, soldiers, sailors, airmen, medics, and resistance fighters. Their legacy is courage, sacrifice, and hope. Their story inspires us still. Freedom is precious and sometimes must be defended at great cost. On this anniversary, we honor their memory. We remember their bravery on those hostile beaches. We recall the price they paid for our future. Their example lights the way forward. We will remember them. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.